Okay, so for a crypto startup, just a few days in Singapore can be worth more than a whole year of grinding it out. Today, we're going to break down the playbook for how you can conquer Token 2049 and turn that single event into your ultimate launchpad.
And that quote right there really nails it. We're not talking about just showing up and grabbing some free merch. No way. Token 2049 is a seriously high-stakes opportunity that, if you play your cards right, can literally define your startup's entire year.
So what is this thing really? Well, imagine the entire crypto world. All the money, the top talent, the big media outlets, the builders, all gathered in one single place. It's this incredible concentration of opportunity, and for a startup, getting that kind of access is frankly priceless.
We've structured this as a 5-part mission. First, we'll get real about the survival challenge. Then, we'll see why Token 2049 is the launchpad you need. And then, we're diving deep into the playbook for before, during, and after the event. Let's get into it.
All right, let's dive in. To really get why Token 2049 is so important, we first have to talk about the problem. And for any startup, especially in crypto, the fundamental challenge is just surviving the insane competition for funding, for credibility, and for plain old attention.
And that's the bottom line, isn't it? If the right people don't see you, you might as well not exist. I mean, it doesn't matter how brilliant your tech is if you can't break through all the noise and get in front of the investors, the partners, and the users who can make or break your entire project.
So that brings us to the solution. Let's take a look at why this one event, this 1 week, gives you the single greatest shot at overcoming that visibility problem and putting your startup firmly on the map. You know, what this list really represents is a massive compression of time. Think about it. Getting these kinds of meetings could normally take a full year of sending cold emails and just hoping for a reply. At Token 2049, it can happen in a matter of days. You get direct FaceTime with investors, potential partners, and the media, all in one place.
Look, success at an event like this is almost never an accident. It's earned long before you even step on the plane. And that's why your pre-launch playbook is absolutely crucial.
It all boils down to these 3 things. First, you have to know exactly what you want to achieve. Second, you map out where to find your targets. And third, and this is key, you lock in those high-value meetings before you even arrive.
So before you go, your team needs to sit down and ask, what does a win actually look like for us? Is the #1 mission to secure a seed round? Or maybe you're hunting for that one key partnership with a major exchange? Or is this all about getting press? You have to define it, write it down, and let that one goal guide every single decision you make there.
All right, the prep work is done. You know your objectives, you've got meetings in the calendar. Now it's game time. Let's talk about execution, how to make a real impact on the ground.
This is so important. You have to shift your mindset. You're not there to see how big of a stack of business cards you can collect. You are there to build a handful of real, meaningful relationships that can actually change things for your company. It's all about quality, not quantity. Always.
Think about it. Investors at Token 2049 are hearing hundreds of pitches. So how do you make yours the one they remember? Well, it usually comes down to just 2 things: clarity and speed. You've got less than 2 minutes to nail the problem, your solution, your traction, and, crucially, to make a very specific ask. You need to practice this until you can say it in your sleep.
And getting media coverage? That isn't a single action. It's a whole campaign. You've got to build momentum before the event with some announcements, then capitalize on the buzz during the event with fresh news, and then you amplify all your wins after the event with recaps. It's a 3-phase attack.
And please, don't forget that your digital presence is a massive force multiplier. Every handshake, every conversation you have can be amplified to a global audience. Use social media to post live updates, tag the influential people you meet, and jump into the official event hashtags to become part of that bigger conversation.
So the conference halls might be empty now, the event's over, but for you, the mission has just entered its most critical phase. The real work, securing the win, has only just begun.
The second that event ends, your energy has to shift completely to turning all that interest into actual results. Your absolute top priorities are following up with investors and potential partners. I mean, look at that. That's 70% of your focus right there. This is where those conversations become contracts.
And when it comes to following up, speed is everything. Within the first hour, get your notes and contacts organized. Within 24 hours, those personalized emails to your top-tier contacts have to be sent. And by the 48-hour mark, you should be scheduling calls. You have this tiny, tiny window to keep the momentum going while the event is still fresh in their minds. Don't waste it.
Because ultimately, when you follow this playbook from start to finish, the event is completely transformed. It's no longer just some conference you went to. It becomes a genuine turning point, a true launchpad that fundamentally accelerates your startup's entire journey.
So, the stage is set. The entire future of your project can take shape right there. The only question left is, are you going to be ready to launch?